As the specialized United Nations agency responsible for the promotion of decent work, the International Labour Organization, ILO, is working with the government of Jamaica, employers' organizations, and trade unions to achieve a sustainable, inclusive, and resilient COVID-19 recovery that leaves no one behind. The ILO estimates that 43% of Jamaica's economy operates informally. Many of these workers experience decent work deficits and face poverty without income security and social protection. Their situations have worsened because of economic slowdowns caused by the pandemic. Through the Jamaica Formalization Project, workers in predominantly informal sectors such as domestic services, agriculture, and fisheries sectors will be able to transform their livelihoods from subsistence activities to economically sustainable employment. The project is a landmark ILO-funded multi-stakeholder partnership with the Jamaica Household Workers Union, the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, and the Rural Agricultural Development Authority. Under the project, hundreds of domestic workers, farmers, and fisherfolk will participate in entrepreneurship and skills training and be integrated in official social protection systems so that they can become socio-economically resilient.
The whole project is about getting decent work, get the laws in place, because the perfect laws are in place, but they are not implemented. So with the project now from the International Labour Organization, is a push for all those things to be in place and for domestic workers to be formalized. We're not going to whisper, we are shouting. And because we have the International Labour Organization with us, we're going to fight together, we're going to shout together, we're going to work together, we're going to build relationships so domestic workers can have decent working conditions. Domestic workers are the most vulnerable of all the groups, and their work is not respected, it's not professional. Everybody just come and work 2 day year, 3 day year, 4 day year. But this project, under this project, it will professionalize the profession of domestic worker, and for that we are very glad and happy for that.
The project is providing targeted support through a partnership with the JBDC and RADA that will help farmers build the skills they need to successfully manage their own businesses to improve employment and incomes while boosting agricultural and rural development.
The partnership between JBDC and RADA under the Formalization Project will result in our farmers being exposed to best business practices to be able to sustain their farming business, while government, on the other hand, will gain revenues from them being formalized, so they will have to start making statutory returns, and the farmers too will get the benefit of pension and housing. Our farmers through this project will be able to better assess their financial position, implement strategies to maximize profits while minimizing loss. Because a lot of our farmers have not gone past high school, so we will be exposing them to these training, in bookkeeping, cash flow and all. So they'll be able to better check themselves to see if this makes sense. If I'm spending enough, how much will I return? So they'll be better equipped to do that. The project will be helping our farmers to achieve the sustainable development goals of becoming more productive, creating sustainable employment, giving employees a sense of pride, after seeing their goals accomplished as a result of their employment in the farming sector and gaining decent work.
By collaborating with the National Insurance Scheme, the project is also facilitating the necessary policy frameworks for formalization.
For these categories of worker based on their jobs, then they're considered vulnerable. Looking at a domestic worker, that if she goes off on leave for maternity purposes, then there's no income for her. You're looking at a small-scale fisherman, not the commercial fisherman. You're looking at a small-scale farmer, because of the nature of their jobs and how vulnerable they are, and that they can, slip into poverty or abject poverty in an instant, then it is crucial that they are covered by social protection programs such as the NIS. Now, we've heard of instances where fishermen, they go to sea and you never see them again. Now, where they registered with the NIS and they have a spouse and they have children younger than 18, then there's a benefit for their dependents. In the event of a domestic worker, as mentioned before, if she becomes pregnant, then there's a maternity allowance for her. For all categories of workers, we do have a retirement pension. We do have an invalidity pension where persons are not able to work due to an illness, and so the NIS kicks in. But you must be registered and covered. To be covered, you have to be contributing consistently. So it's very important. So it's one measure to ensure that all workers, are not at the cusp of falling into abject poverty, but there is something in place in the event of any eventuality in life that would see you needing this added coverage. And when we think of COVID-19 as well, the financial opportunities that may be provided by the government, you may be excluded because you're not registered. So it's very important.